Despicable and deranged Donald Trump has proven once again in this breaking story that he will do absolutely anything to be applauded, lauded, loved, and thought highly of by his MAGA base people no matter what. And don't you think at this point Donald Trump has disgraced the military enough? I mean, he's called them suckers and losers. But in this breaking story, he has gone one step too far, and one of the most renowned, respected people in the history of the military is telling Donald Trump exactly what he thinks of it. And I'll show that story to you in just a few seconds. Take a quick listen to this sound with regards to Trump's willingness to pardon anyone and everyone to make himself happy and get money. This.
Trump just pardoned people because they're just like him. And that says a lot about MAGA.
President Donald Trump is pardoning some reality TV stars. This afternoon, he officially pardoned Todd and Julie Chrisley, known for the TV show Chrisley Knows Best. They were each sentenced to years in prison for fraud and tax evasion.
So he's pardoned former reality TV personalities like the Chrisleys, former Sheriff Scott Jenkins.
The Chrisleys joined 16 other white-collar criminals Trump has either pardoned or commuted their sentence for. This month, he also pardoned the son of a major donor and a sheriff convicted of bribery.
Former exec and son of $1 million donor mom Paul Walzak and former councilwoman Michelle Fiore. All of them were found guilty of white-collar crime, usually fraud, tax evasion, or bribery.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
And new questions this morning over President Trump's sudden clemency for a group of men convicted of white-collar crimes. He commuted the sentences or pardoned 4 people, including former junk bond king Michael Milken. All have been convicted of some sort of fraud, corruption, or tax violations.
Something Trump is very familiar with. His companies and him have been accused of fraud and tax evasion. He's faced multiple allegations of tax fraud, like for evading taxes and gift and estate taxes. They didn't take any accountability for their actions to swindle people and expect to be the exception to the rule. This is exactly what Trump does. They just followed his lead. So if the pardons show us anything, it's that with MAGA, it doesn't matter if you did it. It matters if you kiss the ring. It's loyalty over law. I mean, there's a reason the phrase "no MAGA left behind" came from Trump's pardon attorney.
And then there's the apologist on January 6th for what Ashley Babbitt actually did, even being at the Capitol that day. This.
President Trump, of course, promised to look into a lawsuit by the family of January 6th protester Ashley Babbitt against the Department of Justice. And Lieutenant Byrd, no warning, no nightstick to the head, no taser, just bam, you're dead.
We shouldn't say that she's some innocent person just because she served in the military when she was I don't think most members of the military support storming Capitol Hill.
I think the question is whether or not what her actions were deserved death. That's the question at hand here.
She died actually doing a treasonous act, and this breaking story just goes to show how infuriating a major general is and how disgusting it is to him regarding Donald Trump's continued sycophant pardoning and doing favors like this for Ashley Babbitt. Check this story out.
Retired General rains hell on obscene Ashley Babbitt military honor plan. Ashley Babbitt, the pro-Trump Air Force veteran who was fatally shot by Capitol Police during the January 6 Capitol riot, is now set to receive full military funeral honors, a decision that has left one retired general livid and condemning the move as obscene. I am infuriated that the Air Force plans to grant military funeral honors to Ashley Babbitt, wrote retired Army Lieutenant General Mark Hertling in an op-ed published Saturday in The Bulwark. She did not die defending the Constitution. She died trying to overturn it, Hertling, whose active duty service spanned from 1975 to 2013, recounted his own history of swearing his oath to defend the Constitution, done many times throughout his career. Babbitt, having served in the Air Force for 12 years and was deployed at least 8 times, would have taken that same oath. Hertling went on to recall his time serving in Iraq, with one memory in particularly standing out to him: the death of his colleague, a young soldier, who died by suicide bomber while standing at his post at a military base entry gate. The soldier died at his post, saving lives by giving his own. That is service, that is sacrifice, Hertling wrote. Babbitt was not protecting lives at a gate in Iraq. She was forcing her way through windows in the Capitol to stop the peaceful transfer of power, one of the most sacred traditions of our republic. To pretend that her death deserves the same recognition as the young soldier at the gate is obscene. It is a betrayal of the oath she once swore and a desecration of the sacrifice made by so many who kept faith with theirs. Babbitt has become something of a martyr for the MAGA movement, including for President Donald Trump himself, who called the Capitol police officer who shot Babbitt, Lieutenant Michael Byrd, a thug. Other MAGA-aligned figures have also condemned her shooting. The military funeral honors for Babbitt were previously denied under the Biden administration, a decision that Air Force Secretary Matthew Lohmeyer, appointed by Trump and confirmed by the Senate last month, called an incorrect determination. After reviewing the circumstances of Ashley's death and considering the information that has come forward since then, I am persuaded that the previous determination was incorrect, Lohmeyer wrote in a letter to Babbitt's family and shared on social media. Additionally, I would like to invite you and your family to meet me at the Pentagon to personally offer my condolences. The Trump administration has also agreed to pay Babbitt's family nearly $5 million to settle their wrongful death suit filed against the federal government.
I can only hope that bothers and upsets you as much as it does me. Ashley Babbitt may have not had a history of being a criminal. She may have served her country, as many have. But when you leave military life, or even when you're in it, the question here is, she did not die in military service. She may have been a vet, but she died actually going against the Constitution. This is kind of the conversation with free speech. Free speech has consequences. You don't get to just say anything. Can't yell fire in a theater. And you can't, because you're a veteran, go storm the Capitol, be part of a treasonous conduct, one of the worst days in American history, tragically get shot because you're trying to break in forcibly, and then get buried with military honors. It doesn't work that way, but it does when you're Donald Trump and you want to be loved by everyone who'll put a MAGA hat on. Whew. You guys have a good weekend. Stay frosty.